Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of this replay here on what I believe to be Arid Waste. If it's not, my apologies. Now already we have Arabicos coming in with Corruptors. So Corruptors now moving on in with a large army of still roaches sitting out there. So looking at the unit count, 30 roaches, 5 queens, just a lot of units all together. Ray, however, has lost a lot of his army just because he was or two of his expansions were at this high yield mineral location here. Marines once again, where are those Marines? Marines once again focusing down some of those Corruptors. Corruptors, however, now back over here safely as those roaches make short work of those Marines there. So roaches now moving on out. The roaches are also upgraded 2-2 as well. So those roaches upgraded very, very strong. Back on the bottom right hand corner, we were able to take out Arabicos' expansion over here. So once again, just a large amount of Marines, siege tanks, and dropships able to continue to dish out this damage, and now moving to these destructible rocks. By taking down these destructible rocks, we do not have to go back through the center, and we should be able to push or cause pressure over here at this natural expansion. So Marines now moving in, and now this whole entire roach army, but now in comes some Broodlords. So Broodlords now coming in from Arabicos, and roaches coming in to start fighting as well. Marines able to take down that hatchery, and roaches now fighting against those immortal. However, there's so many Marines that is very, very difficult to deal with. Phoenix is still trying to focus down those Broodlords. Broodlords have 1 armor and are not light units, so it is very difficult for Phoenixes to take down any Broodlords. So the whole entire Marine army here was taken down. The Queen quickly being picked up and now getting shot down by the Phoenixes of Echuchee. However, too much graviton beam pretty much meant that no one was able to fire at that Queen. Queen down to 41 hit points. We now see Echuchee trying to focus down the rest of these overlords, trying to perhaps supply lock Arabicos. We have some siege tanks sitting over here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off the rest of these buildings. Now, if you remember, Broodlords come out whenever you destroy a Zerg building. So what you want to do is you want to quickly pick them up if you have the ability to, and pretty much let all those Broodlings die. Marines now sitting in the center of the map, trying to destroy the rest of these creep tumors. I want to limit the mobility of the Zerg players that they currently have. The Stalkers now moving out a nice quick graviton beam, picking up that roach, getting pretty much unable to fire back as it's in that graviton beam over there. Now we have Ultralisk coming in. So Ultralisk coming in from Ray as well. So Ray moving in with these Ultralisks, and just going to be able to simply destroy my Terran army. The armor on the Ultralisk is 4 and also has a 31 damage attack. The Corruptors now in the air as well, but Vikings are going to start destroying them as well. So Ultralisk coming in to just start destroying the rest of my army. Those Ultralisks, some of them getting 13 kills as they have a very, very high splash damage. And final Corruptors sitting there. I want to make sure I take down the Corruptors before they become Broodlords. So siege tanks once again on that high ground, starting to fire, trying to take down some of those units. However, misplaced force field doesn't protect the rest of my siege tanks nearly as much as I need them to. We have a single immortal as well trying to fight back against these Ultralisks. 2 siege tanks over here trying to take down those Ultralisks. Ultralisks getting taken down and another one taken down, but still 3 Ultralisks left being able to push into my base. So those 3 Ultralisks are going to be able to just destroy these SCVs. SCVs dying from 2 single swipes there. Gonna go ahead and drop down this barracks and trying to prevent any of those units from being able to move on in. Now roaches moving in as well. Phoenix is in the air. So our army is once again really small. My army is down to 350. Echuchee is now down to 900 as well. So army-wise, I don't have any additional minerals that I can really mine. All I have are SCVs here. We have a couple Ultralisks now trying to push on in. SCVs trying to repair, and now I have a single Thor. So that's Thor fighting back, able to push back this whole entire attack. I don't know why the single Thor was firing at that particular supply depot. Anyways, I am now out of minerals. So out of minerals, unable to mine anything else. All I have is this final Thor the Thor only has 2 kills. In come these Zerglings. Zerglings coming in, able to destroy so many of those probes, and now Echuchee is pretty much losing a lot of his units as well. Back over here, we have Arabicos now mining out the bottom right-hand side of the map and resetting up this this expansion over here as units continue to push. We have a couple. Are we going to get a nice force field? Yeah, force field now coming in. Zerglings coming in as well. So a single Void Ray now in the air. All that is left that's really trying to fight back. I have 2 Thors. So those Thors trying to fight back, trying to take down some of those Ultralisks. Those Thors firing against those Ultralisks, but those Ultralisks really not getting taken down all too much. That Ultralisk able to focus down that one Thor quickly getting taken down. And now that Thor being forced to pull away, trying to handle this whole entire Ultralisk attack. Those Ultralisks are now upgraded 3/3/3 with an amazing 6 armor. So Thor coming back onto that ground, trying to dish down, able to take down one of those Ultralisks, and now a Void Ray in the air trying to take down another Ultralisk as well. So Phoenixes and a Void Ray trying to focus down these units. A medevac, however, my Thor is very, very low on hit points, and I realize that I can no longer support with this single medevac. Void Ray continuing to fire, taking down the rest of these roaches. Phoenixes cannot pick up Ultralisks as they are considered massive units. A Void Ray trying to take down a single Ultralisk, however, not going to have enough there. A single Void Ray able to take down one final roach there. I do have a little bit of minerals left, trying to repair this one particular Thor, trying to repair my front door. Perhaps this Thor will be able to get more and more kills. I also finished researching the 250mm strike cannon as well, in order to be able to stun a couple of these Ultralisks. If I can stun the Ultralisk and prevent him from moving, that would be fairly decent. I try to go out to do some long distance mining, but that's a horrible idea. And now in comes this Thor. So this Thor now going to use that 250mm strike cannon, stunning that Ultralisk. That Ultralisk unable to do anything else. However, the Ultralisk still survives 250mm strike cannon, as the 250mm strike cannon only does 50 damage. Phoenix is now coming over, perhaps trying to lend a little bit of a hand, and now Thor coming in to just try to fight down some more of these units, and I am forced to say GG. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2v2 replay here from Arid Waste. I believe that's what the map is called. I'm sorry about the loss, but then again, if I won every single game I shoutcasted, it wouldn't be very interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought the use of use of Ultralisks, Brood Lords, Thors, Marines, Marauders, Void Rays would be a very, very interesting matchup. Hope you guys enjoyed it.